Okay, so just finished with the screening of Michael. This is the biopic of Michael Jackson, directed by Antoine Fuqua. Pretty much as I expected from a Graham King produced biopic, much in the vein of Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a lot of spectacle, but it's really shallow deep in regards to who the person is that they are portraying on the screen. Michael Jackson, as we all know, is an incredibly complicated man, incredibly gifted man as well. The showmanship parts of the Michael Jackson story look terrific on the big screen, I gotta say. Jafar Jackson, who plays Michael, especially like in the older teen adult versions, is a dead ringer for him, to the point where I can't help but suspect that maybe some AI might have been used. I really want to see whether something comes to light in regards to that. But regardless, he's fantastic in those scenes where he's on the stage, and I think just the way that's all done is incredibly well done, especially like when you're in a big screen and you in the speakers are blasting and everything, that's all fine. It's the parts in the middle that just don't do anything in this movie. An incredibly sporadic movie. It just goes, it's kind of like a greatest hits of a biopic. It hits all the big moments in Michael Jackson's life. It doesn't really feel like a complete whole of a story, and it doesn't have any depth to who this man was. It has little touches here and there about, you know, in regards to the plastic surgery and other things in regards to his body, and the big drama of the story revolves around Michael in his conflict with his father, Joseph Jackson, who was a manager for the Jackson 5 and all the things that came from that. But even that, they don't go, it doesn't feel like they get into the nitty gritty of that either. I think the filmmakers, what I would have loved to have seen in a movie like this is whether they just stuck to one part of his life and examined that. The whole part in the movie where he's working on Thriller, I actually found it incredibly fascinating. The part where you see Michael Jackson, the artist, coming up with the compositions and the ideas that he had for this concept that would end up being the biggest album in the world. But what we get instead is this very by the book music biopic. I always found the music biopic to be the most shallowest of all of the film genres, because not many people tend to be creative with it. And in the case of Michael, it's just, I feel that for a person, an artist who was so incredibly creative, so incredibly complex, that such a manicured biopic like the one that will be presented to the world in a couple of days from now, doesn't really do his legacy justice. It's a lot of myth making, but not very good movie making.